Hello and welcome to Threadily, a channel dedicated to miniature book reviews. Today I'm under the arbor and I'm here to bring you a little bit of a throwback. A friend of mine introduced me to one of her favorite books from childhood, and that is a picture book from 1976 about Louis Pasteur. And I think this is a valuable addition to the larger body of work about Louis Pasteur out there, simply because it manages to make the idea of a vaccine and rabies and laboratory work and getting things wrong and believing in yourself and having compassion for animals all in the space of one picture book. Yes, it's slightly longer than picture books tend to be today, but surprisingly for a book of its era, this book only has 4 to 5 lines roughly per page, and that's actually quite a good balance. And Pileggi's illustrations, of course, are so as you can see, they're very vibrant, very colorful. For 76, like pretty fantastic. This was written by Spencer Johnson, and as I mentioned, it was illustrated by Pileggi. Now, vaccines, especially like the rabies vaccine, its whole goal is to put antibodies in place before the disease takes hold, and so that your body can better fight it off. So the mechanics of that are a little bit more complicated than what's shown on the page, but that may or may not be important to a child who is going to go on to read more nuanced takes on this. So that's just something to kind of keep in mind, and maybe you guys could start to listen to one of my recent favorite podcasts together, This Podcast Will Kill You, which is all about epidemiology. Fantastic, hosted by 2 Aarons. That's really funny too. Anyway, so the value of believing in yourself, the story of Louis Pasteur covers a lot of ground. It does so from a 1976 perspective without a lot of the pitfalls of 1970s-ish perspective. I think it's quite good for its era. I'm super curious to see what literature comes out of this epoch over the coming years. It takes up to 2 years for a book to make it from manuscript stage to like the shelves of a bookstore. So you're going to see a little bit of lag time, except in self-publishing, between now and a bunch of books responding to the current moment. Unless they're super fast-tracked, like some books are. But what do you think will come out of this? Do you think we're going to have like only dystopic fiction about depopulated worlds after this? Do you think we're going to have a lot more like alien books about like alien invaders, like some people view viruses and bacterium and so forth as? I'm curious to know what you think.